In the discussion of the evolution of management, we have classical approach and behavioral approach. My name is Aridge Kitkitan Villalobos, and today we are going to focus on the Hawthorne studies under the behavioral approach. If we're going to look back, Hawthorne studies were named after the Hawthorne Works. It is a large Chicago factory owned by Western Electric. Hawthorne Works is a company that made telephone equipment. It is where the researchers conducted experiments observing the workers to study the workplace behavior and productivity. They perform different kinds of experiments, and one of those are illumination experiments, relay assembly test room, and bank wiring observation room. First is the illumination studies in 1924. It is also called as the lighting experiments. The purpose of this experiment is to see how different levels of lighting affected worker productivity. The method that they used is that the researchers increased and decreased the lighting in the workplace while monitoring the output. And their findings is that the productivity increased regardless of whether the lighting was brighter or dimmer. In this experiment, the researchers found out that the productivity of the workers increased with better lighting and also increased when the lighting reduced. Therefore, the lighting of the workplace doesn't affect the productivity of the workers. The key points of this experiment is that the productivity wasn't just about physical conditions. Workers' behavior changed because they were being observed. Or in other words, we can say that the productivity of the workers increased because of the attention given by the observers or the evaluators. And this led to the concept of the Hawthorne effect. People perform better when they know they are being observed. It is called Hawthorne effect when subjects of an experimental study change or improve their behavior because it is being evaluated or studied. According to some readings, it is a phenomenon in which people behave differently in response to the attention they perceive from an evaluator. It highlighted that human psychology needs recognition, belonging as important as physical conditions. The second experiment under Hawthorne studies is the relay assembly test room. It is performed in 1927 to 1932. It is where small groups worked in isolation, receiving breaks and special treatment. The purpose of this experiment is to study how changes in working conditions and incentives influence worker productivity. And then the method that they made is the small group of female workers assembling telephone relays were observed. Researchers varied factors like length of workday, rest breaks, wages, and incentives, supervision styles. And I have here different conditions that they made for them to observe the productivity of the workers. First, the incentive system has been modified so that each girl's extra pay was based on the other 5 rather than the output of larger group, let's say 100 workers or so. The productivity increased as compared to before. Another condition, 2 5-minute rests, 1 in the morning session and other in the evening session were introduced, which were increased to 10 minutes. The productivity also increased. Next, the rest period was reduced to 5 minutes, but the frequency was increased. The productivity decreased slightly, and the girls complained that frequent rest intervals affected the rhythm of the work. Fourth condition, the number of rests was reduced to 2 of 10 minutes of each, but in the morning, coffee or soup was served along with a sandwich, and in the evening, snack was provided. The productivity also increased. As we observed, the productivity increased with nearly every change, even when conditions were worsened. Their output rose, showing social support and feeling special boosted performance. The insights of the researchers in this experiment is that the social factors like attention from the supervisors and teamwork had a bigger impact on productivity than the physical conditions or pay alone. While doing the relay assembly test room in 1927 to 1932, they also performed the interview program in 1928 to 1930. This program is an extensive interviews, revealed workers' feelings and informal group norms were vital to their behavior. And lastly, we have bank wiring observation room. The purpose of this experiment is to study informal work groups and social dynamics among male workers. The researchers observed a group of bank wiring room employees to see how social norms affected individual output. In this experiment, the researchers observed that the workers created their own output standards, and those standards are below management's expectations, and it's because of the influence of the social pressure. Workers created informal rules about how much to produce, often limiting output to maintain group cohesion. Or in other words, people deliberately reduce how much they produce, so everyone in the group stays equal and no one stands out. This bank wiring observation room in 1931 to 1932 shows that the peer pressure and group norms strongly influence productivity. Workers are not just motivated by money, they are influenced by social relationships. All in all, these Hawthorne studies from 1924 to 1932 at a Western Electric factory showed that workers' productivity rose when they felt observed and valued, highlighting the Hawthorne effect and the importance of social factors over just lighting or pay. These are the overall lessons from Hawthorne studies. First, workers are motivated not just because of the money, but they need attention, recognition, and social belonging. Second, productivity can increase simply because the employees know that they are being observed. And lastly, informal groups and social interactions are critical in understanding the workplace behavior. Again, those are the major phases of Hawthorne studies. I hope you understand all those experiments that is focused on the behavioral approach of the evolution of management. Once again, my name is Arid Kitkitan Villalobos. Thank you.